day, you're in the closet. And another day, you just dropped everything. Who are you?
Amen.
And so you got a spiritual, mental disorder.
Amen.
Now, the spirit is not disorder. It's the spirit fighting against the flesh.
Yeah.
Okay?
Amen.
And so you're this way, you're bipolar. Spiritual bipolar. Okay? You're this person this day, you're that person. God's calling us to be one person. If you're for God, be for God.
Yeah.
Don't be for God one day, and then next day, you're for whomever, this man, this woman, this work, this event, whatever. Put nothing before God. Because when you do that, these are competing.
Amen.
These are competing interests that can influence you. They can pull you away. They can cause an identity crisis within you. And so that's what happened to Achan. Achan was supposed to be a man of God. I mean, they were serving God. But Achan had an identity crisis. But he had one no more because he's gone. He was gone. He was wiped away. We of the church cannot afford to have identity crisis. Because when we have identity crisis, it weakens us. It puts us in a place where we become non-effect. Because one day we're one thing and another day we're another thing. And so if there are three people, real quick, who had identity crisis. Cain and Abel. Cain had an identity crisis. Cain was serving God. Now you serving God, and you bring an offering. And your brother brings an offering that's better to God. Now you both bring an offering, okay, but his was more pleasing to God. And you're serving God one moment, and the next moment you're a murderer. Oh my God, bipolar. He's a different person. He's suffering from identity crisis. Who is this guy? Wow. And then you got Samson. Oh my God. Samson, one of the judges. Samson, God gave him super strength. And his parents tried to find a wife for him. He didn't want anybody in Israel. He got to have a foreign woman, which that was forbidden. He wanted that. And then Samson, he did wild things. He went into houses of ill repute, okay, and did things, with women who were not his wife. Okay? So, on one hand, he's a man of God, doing the will of God. On another hand, he's partaking in worldly things. Bipolar. Identity crisis. Who are you? Are you for God or are you against God? God can still use you, but he can use you most best if you are all in with him. Because even though Samson, in the end, was blind and he was in the camp of the Philistines, God still used him to take their lives. But his life was taken as well. Amen. But that didn't have to be his end. But he lied with the enemy. And, Samson was gullible. Just stupid. And then we got David and Bathsheba. King David, friend of Uriah. He is the commander. Uriah, he works for him. He knows this man. It's like you're the pastor, and then you got the musician, the assistant pastor. Okay? You guys work hand in hand. And then you do something to him behind his back, and then for him not to know about it, then you do something even wickeder, okay? So that he doesn't know what you did. David did something very, very bad. He took Uriah's wife. And then when Uriah's wife got pregnant, then he wanted Uriah to come and take her so that it would seem like it was his baby, but he wouldn't do it. And then David had him killed. David, who are you? You're a murderer. One moment, he's King David, trying to do the right thing, and David he had a heart after God's own heart. a heart after God's own heart. But he was bipolar. Schizophrenic. He was something. One moment he was this, and the next moment he killed, just murdered, just to cover up his sin. And how about Judas? A friend of Jesus. Wow. Nothing more to be said about that. Betrayed with a kiss. But identity crisis can cause jealousy. It can cause a lack of discernment, sound judgment. It can cause you to be so weak that, or one of the attributes of it is, you're gossiping too much. You're a troublemaker, a meddler. Doubtful, disbelief, distrust, faithless, low self-esteem, low regard for yourself. Or you're just the opposite, egotistical, pride, haughty, just mean, lacking charity and love and kindness. And then you're entitled. And then the worst one is unforgiveness. We got Christians who say they're Christians, they serve God,